Hi everyone, thought I'd just do a quick review of the new Oxford Aqua 50 waterproof bag. There's the old bag I've been using on my motorbike trips, but my biggest fear with that is on them occasions where you get caught when it starts raining, then you're kind of worrying about the stuff you've got in there, if you've got anything in there that's possibly going to get damaged by the water. So I was having a good look at the various waterproof bags. QB do a range and Oxford do a range. The QB do a 40 litre bag, and this one here is a 50 litre bag. The price is by about literally £2, I think, something like that. The GB 40 litre bag is the same price as the Oxford 50 litre bag, so obviously you don't have to think about that one for too long to decide which one you're going to go for. So let's have a quick look now. As it's from Oxford, as you would expect, the bag appears very well made, feels like a good tough material, doesn't actually feel kind of plasticky on the outside. It's like a real combination between cotton and plastic, I suppose, but that feels like a material that can take a good bit of stick. You've got fastening straps that go over the bag. And there's also straps on the bottom after you've rolled the top down to ensure that doesn't undo. And as the name would suggest, it's a roll top bag. When I was looking at the bag in the shop, it actually didn't seem that big to me when I was just kind of looking at the shop. It didn't look like it was going to really hold much more than that one. But then once you start kind of filling it up, you do realise it's actually going to hold a fair bit. I've got an array of stuff in there at the moment, including my tent. That's what I really wanted. I also use a GB top box, but what I really wanted was a waterproof bag big enough to hold the tent and also to hold this kind of decent thickness sleeping bag. Because if you put that in the top box, then obviously you don't want that in that other bag in case it rains. You find yourself with a wet sleeping bag at the end of the day. So I've got a smaller sleeping bag which takes up virtually no room in the top box, but it's very thin, so if it's a bit of a chilly night then you're going to spend the night feeling cold. But then with that one, as I say, that obviously takes up a good chunk of space in the top box, so I wanted a bag that was going to be able to hold both. This one happily just about does hold both. So I've got a tent in there, I've got can't see in there too well with the camera. Got an array of bits in the bottom as well. I'll show you how much I've got crammed in there in a minute. So I'll show you with the sleeping bag in as well. Set you down. Right, that's it. That has all fitted in. That is probably got it to about the maximum with that big sleeping bag. That's just getting one turn on the roll top, but I don't think there's much danger of any water going in there at all. They would obviously recommend you trying to get a couple of rolls on that, but really that's in there and then turned over again, so there's even just that one turn on it. I'll be very confident no water's going to get in there, especially if you have the obviously the turning facing the back of the bike, so the rain's not driving into it. So I'll be very confident nothing's getting wet there. On the front, also got a little waterproof pocket. You can maybe drop a mobile phone or something like that in there if you're concerned about that being in your jacket if it was raining badly. You've got handles both sides, so you can pick it up either end or just one end. There's also a shoulder strap to go over it if you want it, and there's an array of 4 little straps you can attach, which I think are to aid actually mounting it to the bike. And you also have this Velcro strap that you can place underneath your seat to also help keep it nice and secure to the bike. So now I've got the bag and I've had a little play with it, I think this is going to suit me really well. And so I'll show you just how much I have got crammed in there at the moment. Array of camping stuff. That's a 3-man tent, so that is a fair size obviously to pack into that bag. So we've got the tent, got a good thickness sleeping bag, just a few bits and pieces here I've got. Now round the sides and that you can actually, there'll be plenty of room to fit some more stuff in on top of all that, just kind of small items whether you're putting a bit of extra clothing in or a few more just bits and pieces. There's plenty of room to squidge it down the side. The inside of the bag is a sort of, say it's more rubbery feeling than plastic, so the bag is completely waterproof. You'd get caught in a really good heavy shower, I don't think that's going to be leaking on you. So I picked this up £60 from a bike shop. I had a look on eBay and there's not much difference in it, to be honest, at about £55, £56 like. So for the sake of a fiver I thought I won't bother messing about ordering it off eBay and waiting for that to come, so I just went and grabbed it from the bike shop yesterday. So all looks very good. These fasteners feels strong. Going to be able to hold a decent bit of weight, I think. So that gives you a little bit of an idea if you're looking for one of these. The Jibby range look good as well. Like some of their smaller stuff look good. They had a 30 litre, and funny enough they go for really big Jibby do. They go from having a 40 litre bag, this sort of thing, to then jumping up to something like 80 or 85, which I thought that's gonna look a bit too big on the bike. I thought maybe it'd be okay if you had side boxes and it was gonna kind of sit across the side boxes, but I thought that's definitely gonna look a bit too big. I'll say this is deceiving. You look in it and you think reasonable size, but you're not sure you're going to fit as much as you want until you start packing it up. Now, if I didn't have that dirty great sleeping bag in there and it was a mixture of clothes and odds and sods, then you really are going to be able to cram a really good amount of gear in there and be totally confident that it's not getting wet. So ideal for your clothes and your valuables. This has been of some help for you. Catch you later.